Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk to you about a bunch of high schoolers who are trying to make a difference. And I'll put a link to this article in the description for the video. Eminence students lead fight against youth substance use. Some high schoolers from Eminence High School, and I apologize, I'm not sure where that is, but they stepped up to become influencers among their peers and take a pledge of abstinence from drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, or vaping against drug and alcohol use. A local board member, Henry County, a local board made up of community leaders dedicated to developing policies that reduce substance use in Henry County, hosted a student poster signing event featuring the teens in Eminence High School on April 29th of this year. The featured students with their families present listed as superintendent listened as Superintendent Buddy Berry praised their example. In a day and time when young people are following the crowd more than ever, it makes me very proud that those young people are choosing to take a stand against drug and alcohol abuse. There were 10 students chosen from Henry County High School and 10 chosen from Eminence High School. Each poster contained a photo of the student along with a quote about why they chose not to use alcohol, tobacco, or other drugs, as well as the statistics about local substance use. Okay, this is great. I love this, and I'll let you read this for yourself. But I think what's the reason? First of all, I wanted to make a video about this because I think it's important to highlight these students who are trying to make a difference. It's a beautiful thing, and why not? I think it's brave of them, and I appreciate them and I respect them, and so good for them. I hope this gets them a little bit of publicity. But more importantly, I think what's key and critical about this is that we're talking about these issues at a young age, because when we speak to a family, and we speak to families from all over the country, even though we're here in Florida, and I've talked about why Florida is a great place to come for treatment, but we speak to families from all over the country who are dealing with a young adult, right? And I use the word child, but we're talking about somebody typically 25 to 45 and occasionally older, but that's the time frame, right? That's the age group that we're dealing with. And what happened is by the time they call us, this has been going on for a long time, and a lot of the time somebody started to use some type of substance in high school, or they started to exhibit signs of a mental health issue in high school, and it just went on and on and on for years before anybody said, hold on a second, we got to do something about this. Or the family tried to do something and were unsuccessful, okay, for a myriad of reasons. And again, this is a no judgment zone, so I'm not pointing fingers at the family. I'm just saying they tried to deal with this and couldn't stop the train, right? The proverbial train, which is this behavioral health issue, which just got worse over time. So I think this is important, right? That we are educating or trying to educate, young people about the dangers of this stuff, because it's a disease, and once it grabs a hold of you, it doesn't like to let go. Which is why getting into treatment that's clinically appropriate, keeping somebody there long enough, in the facility, making sure they're med compliant, making sure they follow up with a continuum of care, sober living, getting a sponsor, continuing with medication, going to therapy, going to meetings, all of these things that help somebody to maintain recovery for the rest of their life. Because if a family's going to make the commitment to us, we want to get it right the first time. Maybe I'm one of the only lawyers out there who doesn't want repeat business, right? I'm happy if a client refers us somebody, but if you come back to us, right, we want to know why. What happened? Something may have gone off the rails. And sometimes a relapse can be part of the journey, but you get where I'm going with this. We want to get it right the first time. So if you're a family out there and you've been dealing with this for years and years and years, and you're like, nothing works, we'd like to talk to you. Let's have a conversation about what options may or may not be available to you, both legal and non-legal, and sometimes a combination of both, right? I mean, it's all about tailoring the right relief for you, and about having a conversation about what you really want. Like, what are your goals, if you're going to work with us? And so that's what our intake team does. They're going to sit down with you and have a conversation about what we can do for you. So if you're a family out there and you're done, you've had enough, please reach out to us. Let's have a conversation. And if there's an issue out there in your family and I've not made a video about it, let me know. I will make you a video. Post in the comments, because if it's affecting your family, I'm sure it's affecting somebody else's. And I make these videos so you can get the information that you need to decide if you want to pick up the phone and call us. So please post in the comments. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. They tell me it helps the algorithm, and the goal here is to get this out in front of as many families as we can. That's why I make these videos, so that we can help more people. And if you like this content, please subscribe to the channel so that you get the notifications and you can watch more content, because I make this for you. Right? I put my heart and soul into these videos, and there's over 1,000 now on YouTube, and they're there for you. So please subscribe to the channel. With that said, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.